In this video, we're going to be talking about 808s, how to tune them, how to create an 808 pattern to match your melody, because it is tricky. This is one of the most trickiest parts of, I think, the whole drum and rhythm section in general, in hip hop and in trap music. Specifically, it's how to get 808s that sound in tune, especially by ear. In this case, we're working off of a sample. It does give us the key. It's G major, right? But that doesn't tell us what notes we need to hit. If you're like me and a lot of other producers out there and you don't know music theory, you're going to have to start using your ear. Especially in this case, we don't have MIDI. MIDI gives us a little bit of a helper, especially with the ghost channels in the piano roll. You can see what the bottom root notes are to really match the 808s, right? But you still got to be good. You still got to have that ear. But it just gives you a little bit of a head start, little cheat, right? But in this case, we're working off of a sample, and we know that it's in G major, but we don't really know like what notes we have to hit for that 808. So we're gonna have to use our ear mainly. So what I'll do is just create a brand new pattern, because we're not going off of ghost channels anyway. Normally I'd say create it all in the same pattern so you can use the ghost channels, but in this case we don't have them. So I'll just go into a new pattern, go to this 808. Again, it says that we're in C, but to double check, always just double check just in case. Because sometimes it's wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong, but it is, yes, it's C. And again, cut itself like I explained earlier. Make sure that's good to go. And then we can go into the piano roll. Now let's try a G because it's in G major, but we don't know if that's what that first note is hitting, right? E sounds really good. This is a higher octave. And again, another little tip and trick about creating 808 patterns is try them in a higher octave. The human ear tends to lose the tones and lose the notes if they get too low in frequency. So always try a higher octave with your 808s first, and then you can always bring them down. So let's control down. Sounds great. Perfect. Let's go back up an octave. Actually, let's mute the drum pattern so we can really just focus in on this 808. I'm listening for that note right there in the guitar. So I want to turn the drum section back on again, but just like mute everything except for the kicks, because you're going to want to play off the kicks too. You might not want to follow every kick drum, but make sure that you have your kicks on and you could follow the groove kind of. Using DistroKid allows you to pay a one-time-a-year fee of $19.99 to upload an unlimited amount of songs and albums. Through DistroKid, your songs and albums upload sometimes go live as 24 to 48 hours. Most importantly, musicians retain 100% of their royalties and receive payments every single month. You can get 7% off DistroKid by hitting the link down in my description below. Now let's get back to the video. Copy this pattern over. Let's go down an octave. Sounds relatively good. Let's listen to it with all the drums. We're going to want to extend this because it's going to get too repetitive. So I'm going to extend that double, keep the other drum pattern going, extend this loop. I'm going to take this 808 pattern. It's going to get too repetitive if we leave it like that. So we're going to have to like keep it moving, like double up on it, make some changes on the second half, make it a little bit more interesting to where it sounds a little bit less predictable. Listen to it a little bit further back. That might be kind of cool. I like it for now anyways, I think. Let's see what we got on this part. I want to try like a key change here, but I don't know if it's going to go along with that chord progression. But let me just try some things. I'm going to keep that there. I like this higher octave E with the double hit right here. I want to switch it up on this ending here a little bit. Maybe do like a fast pattern with this. These like spin style 808s sound really good when you do those like fast gallops. But leave the kick. I don't want the kick to do that same exact thing. Maybe take this one out. Listen to the whole thing from the start. Sounds pretty good. There's something over here that sounds a little off. Let me turn this guitar loop down too. I want to hear more of this. Listen to it in a higher octave. I think that's what it was. Yeah, it goes from A to G. See what I'm saying about listening to it in a higher octave? Maybe go a higher octave G. Go back down to the lower octave. I like it. I'm just gonna mute my mic so I can listen to this a little bit louder. That's another little gem that I like to do is to really catch a vibe. I have studio monitors, whether you're listening to our headphones or whatever, but when I'm creating 808 patterns especially, I like to listen to it on a loud level. Might not be the best for your ears or whatever, but listening to that on a louder level is going to really set the tone to see if it hits right. So that's what I'm going to do right now, but I'm going to turn the mic down so there's no crazy feedback here. All right, yeah, I'm definitely digging this pattern. It really matches the tone, and not the tone, but the rhythm of that guitar loop. It really goes off of that bass. I based it off of that. Like, you have to listen to the tones and to the notes that are in your melody loop to see where your 808 pattern is going to go. That's where it's going to tell it to go. It goes back to me explaining, like, you have to train your ear. You have to listen to the melodies. You have to pay attention to those melodies. A lot of times you can get away and it sounds good, especially in trap, where the 808 pretty much stays the same note. It might go up or down an octave here or there, but it stays the same note. But that's not every single case. In this case, we did have a little bit of fluctuation because this guitar loop has a lot of melodics in it, and it has a really all over the place chord progression. So we did have to go up and down with some notes. But it relatively, if you look at it, stays between E, A, G, really. And this is just a higher E. And that's all we're really getting at right here with this chord progression. And what you can do is mess around with other 808s. I'm going to save this because you never know. Sometimes you might find a better 808. So I'm going to clone that down, copy this pattern down here, just mute the original one, and kind of fish through some other 808s to see if it sounds good. That short one doesn't sound bad though. That one would need to be tuned, but I don't like the tone of it anyways. I don't know, with this beat, it doesn't sound like it needs such a heavy, distorted 808. Kind of like a spin style 808 that doesn't have a ton of distortion, just has a nice punch and a nice tail to it. Like something like this, or just even a traditional spins 808 might sound really good. It all depends on the harmonics inside of that 808. This one sounds a little bit more distorted. I don't know if we need something like that on this beat. Yeah, it might sound too hard. Like this one sounds, that's more of a vibe. I know there's I have like an 808, like a spins 808, kind of along the lines of this one. I know I'm not going to use that other one. That one's just not a. Yeah, I think it's really a toss-up between this one and this one. Sounds really good, man. Really a toss-up. But, you know, I'll leave that to personal preference. I think I'm going to go with the traditional spins, even though this one sounds pretty close. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to go with mine. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going to run with that. So that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that link down in the description below to get 7% off DistroKid right now. And make sure to share this with a friend if you get me.